When you're looking to book a thrill-seeking vacation, the beach probably isn't the first destination that comes to mind. Beaches are meant to be enjoyed. They're picturesque, warm, and fun, but occasionally they're also extremely dangerous. A number of beaches across the world are home to active lava flows, frigid temperature, or an abundance of aggressive wildlife. All the same, they remain beautiful enough to tempt some travelers onto their sands and into danger. Come with us as we explore some of the most dangerous beaches in the world and relocated our vacation to the spa in our hometown. Hanakapia Beach, Hawaii. To the average tourist, Hawaii is far more a dream trip than it is an island full of danger. Going on an island vacation, though, could mean trouble if you venture down to Hanakapia Beach. Found near Hanalei, Hawaii, this beach has developed a notorious reputation, given the many drownings that have occurred in its depths. The beach's riptides are more powerful than most tourists imagine and can drag the unwary under the water without any warning. The impact of these powerful riptides has seen the beach closed to the public, but reports of drownings on Hanakapia Beach continue to come in whenever someone wanders a little too deep into the water. Cape Tribulation, Queensland, Australia. Cape Tribulation is an excellent place to spend a day if you're visiting Queensland, Australia. It's full of lush plants, warm breezes, unbeatable views, and jellyfish. Lots and lots of jellyfish. These stinging jellyfish are more dangerous than they appear at first glance. If you decide to go into the water between November and May without the protection of a stinger suit, then you risk getting seriously injured by the jellyfish's drifting tendrils. These jellyfish do not actively target humans, unlike other dangerous critters might. Instead, they're simply migrating, and humans sometimes tend to get in their way. Good intentions don't heal jellyfish-induced injuries, though. There are other forms of shifty wildlife near Cape Tribulation, too. Crocodiles live on the Daintree coast and love the warm water at the outlets of various rivers in the area. Snakes move through the underbrush unseen by the unpracticed eye. Cassowaries, a particularly aggressive species of bird, are more than willing to dive bomb an unaware tourist who stumbles into their territory. Even with Australia's reputation for large, unusual, and aggressive wildlife, you'll want to take particular precautions if you spend a day on the beach at Cape Tribulation. Fraser Island Beach, Australia. Speaking of Australian wildlife, be sure to keep your eyes peeled if you ever visit Fraser Island Beach. The dunes here should make the land shifty to navigate, but Fraser Island is unique with its swath of rainforest plant life. The root system of this rainforest does a lot to hold the whole of the island together, but that doesn't mean that you can't get swept away on the shifting dunes. It's not the land, though, that you have to worry about when you visit Fraser Island Beach. It's the animals. The dingoes that roam Fraser Island are vicious. Even though they look like your average friendly neighborhood dog, these predators won't hesitate to defend their territories from unwanted visitors. The rainforests on Fraser Island are also home to some of Australia's larger spiders, so if you are an arachnophobe of any caliber, this may be one trip to the beach you want to stay home from. Bikini Atoll Beach, Marshall Islands. The impact of nuclear testing was seriously undersold to the residents of Bikini Atoll in the 1940s. As a result, the beach and surrounding areas, while beautiful in their own way, remain uninhabitable to this day. Even the most adventurous of tourists will want to stay far away from this area. Radiation poisoning is no laughing matter, and not at all a price worth paying just for a chance to swim amidst United States history. Not only are the beach and water at Bikini Atoll contaminated with gamma radiation, but the food that used to grow in the area is said to have been rife with cesium-137. This one-two punch of chemical warfare devastated the population of Bikini Atoll and rendered the environment utterly hostile to human, animal, and plant life. All this to say, if you're planning a vacation and want to indulge your inner history buff, feel free to take a peek at Bikini Atoll Beach from a distance, and possibly while wearing a radiation suit. Shifty Beach, Russia. Are you a big fan of surfing? Then you'll have heard of Shifty Beach. The name of this bold beach translates to Shield Bay in English, but there's nothing protective about it, at least not for potential surfers. Not only is this beach's isolation a dangerous factor for surfers to consider, but the swells in the area have driven local officials to require that would-be surfers have permits just to be in the area. Well, maybe that's underselling it. There's also the threat of lingering radiation from the Cold War to consider. Shitovaya Bukta Beach used to be the home of Russia's Navy, and under its impressive waves rest a number of damaged nuclear submarines. The waters of the bay are filled with gamma radiation, and wildlife living in the area, if you manage to spot any at all, has been heavily mutated thanks to years of exposure. Even if you manage to overlook the nuclear submarines lurking in the deep, as well as the swells that can put you under in moments, a visit to Shitovaya Bukta Beach will leave you tangling with the Russian military. Literally. There are a number of active and restricted Russian military bases near Shitovaya Bukta Beach, none of which are likely to take kindly to a wandering surfer. As excellent as the waves may be and as exotic the local area, this may be one beach that you choose to pass up on any surfing safari. Amazon Basin, Brazil. To say that the Amazon Basin in Brazil is dangerous may seem like stating the obvious. However, if exotic beaches are your game, then you're more than likely to make your way down to the world's largest rainforest sooner or later. When you do, you'll have to worry about more than a little sunburn. The Amazon Basin is a beautiful landscape to take in, though it is also home to a tremendous variety of plant and wildlife. Crocodiles, leeches, and piranha are just a few of the critters you'll have to keep an eye on while making your way to your own private beach. Hanakapia Beach, Norway. If you're looking for a change of pace from humidity and heat, then you'll find yourself drawn to Hanakapia Beach on the Lofoten Islands in Norway. The closer you get towards the Arctic Circle, the more likely it is that you'll see an out-of-this-world show of lights. The aurora borealis will make your nightly walk on the beach unimaginably colorful. You'll have to be smart and careful, however, when you go out to watch the show. While Hanakapia Beach doesn't have the Amazon's breadth of wildlife for you to contend with, come winter, it has temperatures that could turn you into an icicle in moments. The frigid weather on this beach offers a stunning contrast to its overall beauty and makes it exceptionally deadly to the unprepared. Leave the swimsuit behind when you plan your trip to the Lofoten Islands. We recommend a sweater instead. Reunion Island, France. When you're traveling through France, your biggest concerns are usually sly pickpockets loitering outside of airports or near tourist attractions. Make your way down to Reunion Island, though, and you'll have to keep a closer eye on the water. The number of shark attacks in the water surrounding Reunion Island has spiked over the past 7 years, turning the idyllic beach into a place tinged with fear. 2011 was the first year that Reunion Island became a haven for hungry sharks, but the 6 attacks that took place that year were only the start. By 2013, authorities on Reunion Island had banned swimming on their beaches for the safety of tourists and residents alike. The island draws bull and tiger sharks to its waters, though what sparked their sudden and prolonged interest remains unclear. Best to avoid taking a swim. In any case, might we recommend the Eiffel Tower instead? Costa del Sol, Spain. A tour through the beaches on Costa del Sol sounds like a summer of fun. What could be better than warm weather, cool water, and an unfamiliar landscape to explore? In fact, the dangers of the beaches at Costa del Sol are quite familiar, even if the local is exotic. Tourists enjoying their day in the sun may find themselves swept away by the riptides lurking beneath the waves, especially should they ignore the beach's rules regarding swimming. A spike in the number of drownings on Costa del Sol has seen a number of beaches closed off to the touring public. Still, there are always a few souls willing to take a risk. Even on the beaches that remain open, there may not be a lifeguard on duty to save you should a riptide find you in the water. For 9 months out of the year, locals who may be manning the lifeguard station consider themselves to be in cooler seasons. The weather you find ideal for swimming, that is to say, may see local Spaniards in sweaters, jeans, and scarves. As such, lifeguard stations are likely to be unmanned, leaving touring swimmers at greater risk for drowning. Black Sand Beaches, Kilauea, Hawaii, Lava. We round off our list in the same place we began, Hawaii. Though recent days have seen a surprisingly significant chunk of the Big Island lost to lava, Hawaii has always kept its magma close to the surface. The black sand beaches of Kilauea are prime examples of the danger that lurks beneath Hawaii's surface. Though these beaches are picturesque with their strange dark sand, you'll want to do your best to avoid them. Located near Volcanoes National Park and tantalizingly close to Mount Kilauea, the black sand beaches are so named due to the lava that is constantly cooling at their shores. Sure, this means that the shores are constantly expanding too, but the thrill of that real-time land development does not outweigh the danger. As of the eruption of Kilauea in May, the black sand beaches are inaccessible, but they remain a stark reminder of how often beauty pairs itself with danger. If you'd like to see more content like this, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel.